I appreciate everyone coming. Thank you so much. And if you didn't hear this already, please put your name, phone number, email, and the market you're in the chat room. I'll save it and I will send you guys a link with like a purchase agreement, assignment agreement. I use a 3-letter option agreement. So sometimes if a seller wants too much for their property, let's say they want 80,000 and I'm going to be at 40,000. I may I'll do a 3-option letter. One will say 40,000 cash. Then option 2 would say 80,000. I'll give you 5,000 down and I'll pay you so much a month for 30 years. And then the next option will say, I'll pay you 80,000 with like 10,000 down and I'll pay you yearly. Okay, so I'll pay that first year up front. And they kind of like that because I can always pay more for a house if they're going to give me terms, right? Because I could care less. My tenant's going to pay for that house. I'm not that I can't care. I could care less. I mean, of course, I want it as cheap as possible, but I will pay more if they're going to give me terms. Because in my mind, it's only 5,000 out of my pocket. So that house is really costing me 5,000. So if you had a house in Detroit that's worth 50, if I will give you your price if you give me my terms. So if you want $1 million for that house, I could buy it for $1 million. I'll just pay you $10 a month until I pay the $1 million off, right? Mm-hmm. So if that makes sense, you know, what is it? They say your price, my terms is kind of the saying. There's another part of that saying. I just don't know it. I don't remember it. And so that's how I do that. Okay, so all right. So today, what we're going to talk about a few things, but first of all, I want a quick disclaimer. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a CPA. Everything I tell you is a lie. So if you like it and you want to try it yourself, I wish you the best, okay? So don't sue me. All right. Is that right, Mark?
Correct.
Something like that?
You're close enough.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I should know that by heart. I say it all the time. So before we get started, Mark, is there anything you want to say?
No, I'm just I've got a lot of the meetup sites that you guys signed up for this through. I appreciate you coming on. Todd's a wealth of information, and no, I'm good.
Okay, awesome. Appreciate you. And so we're going to talk about when you have a wholesale deal, and hey Mark, if there's any comments in the chat, could you let me know, please? If you see any comments for me, because it's hard for me to concentrate and read the chats at the same time. So if you don't know about wholesaling or what it is, please raise your hand, or if you have a question, raise your hand and I'll get to you, okay? But we're going to talk about today is when you get a deal under contract and now you got the pictures, what do you do from there? You know, how to sell it and package the wholesale deal and how to package it for your buyers. There's actually a way to do this, okay? And hang on one second, boom. All right, perfect. So when you go through the house, especially when you take the pictures, it's so important. Nothing drives me more crazy, and my buyers get upset also. If they are looking at a drop box and they got to go to the end of the drop box to see what the house looks like on the outside, okay? You want that to be your first photo, okay? The outside is what I usually do. And if, let's say, sometimes you go to the house and sometimes you go to the house and you can't take the picture first. You're already inside the house. So when you load them into your Dropbox, there's actually a file that when you make the folder and you name it, then you can make folders inside the Dropbox, and you could say outside of the house. One could say basement. One could say, another folder could say, if it's a 2-family, upstairs unit. If it's a one, then you could say a downstairs unit. So you can separate the photos. That's really helpful. Okay. And I really suggest if you have a 2-family or 3-family or 4-family, separate that inside the Dropbox link, inside the folder. So you're making subfolders. If I could do it, anyone could do it. Okay. Trust me when I tell you that. And so that's how you definitely want to. So now you have the photos, and when you take pictures, if you can see, you want to take the pictures this way with the iPhone or the Samsung. Okay. Once in a while, if you need a skinnier photo, you switch it like that. Once in a while, but you want the big photo, okay, or the long photo. You want to take good pictures, and if you get the opportunity, you want to do videos, okay? Only keep your videos to 1 minute, because you're going to have a problem uploading them into Dropbox. And then you get a subfolder that says video, okay? You can even do video of the kitchen, video of the living room. You know, you can have a bunch of different subphotos, because you're trying to present this to the buyer where they can look at these pictures and look at the videos and make a decision without going to the home. I do that all the time. I'll look at the pictures, look at everything and say, I want it. I just need to verify, you know, that all you need is a quick walkthrough just to verify everything was correct. Okay. And I even talk in my video, and sometimes you can't do a video, but if you can, I'll even talk and say, okay, the basement walls are straight. There's no cracks in the basement walls. Oh, it looks like there was a little leak here before. I don't smell anything really bad down here. So you want to tell them the good things and the bad things about the property. Don't try to hide anything, because all they're going to do is get upset with you at the end of the day, like you're wasting your time. I'd rather tell them all the bad things and let them make the decision from there. Okay. So now that you have the pictures, that's really, really the most important thing. And what I'm trying to say is I used to just take pictures and never had folders. I said they could figure it out, until I had a few people kind of tell me, say, man, I want to see what the house looks like. And I said, okay, that makes 100% sense. You know, you just try to package it so they can look at it. When you have your cover sheet, you want the address. You can put in a Google link in there. So all they got to do is click on it, and they can see the view of the street view. And you want to tell them what the good things, the bad things, what type of neighborhood. If you know, you can put some comps in there. And we're wholesalers, so we're going to put the highest comps we can find, right? You're going to put the rentals. You could check a few places. Rental meter is one, and there's some other places that you could find how much the going rent is, or you might even know what the going rent might be. All right, so you're trying to give them all the information, and you want to give them, if it's a rental, I'm going to put in there, I'm going to figure out what the return on investment is. And I'm going to do that, Mark, on another one of our videos, is just go over that Google sheet. I'll give it to everybody when we do that, quick tip. I'll give everyone one, and I could show you how you could figure that out. It's really easy. You can see what the return on investment is. If you buy a house at so much and you put so much into it, what the rent is, whatever the rent will be, or projected to be, or is, minus, then we got to minus taxes, insurance, property management, maintenance, and you figure out your ROI. And the higher, the better for the investor. Okay. Any questions so far in there, Mark? No?
Yeah, there's one question that says how to get the product, who to buy from. I don't know what that was about, but that was a question. I have a question though. Will you be able to send everybody a sample of one you've already assembled? Like, say you're sending us a package. Could you send a package out to everybody?
I can, yes. Like, yeah, like if I was gonna blast it out on an email,
Yeah,
I could sure do that. I could kind of show you, I'll kind of show it to you also,
great.
right? And just give me 2 seconds. Because I do a lot of it, I have a Google sheet, and then sometimes, mostly I just put it on Facebook instead of the sheet. But they're all the same. So let me just, let me see.
So are you creating a formal presentation as far as a document, or are you putting together like an email with the links?
I put in I'm gonna show you what I do, okay? I'm gonna show you right now. So church, I'm gonna share my screen once here it is. Boom. All right, so when I do an email blast, all right, where's my share screen? Boom, all right. Here we go. Let me move this over. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, well, it'll upload in a minute. So this was an email blast that I blasted out. My son actually did that, okay? Let me see if I can find another one. This is. I think this might be it. All right, so here it is. So I blasted it out through my CRM. It's a church, it's a house, and then I have church and house for sale in East Point, have the addresses, the price, and then additional photos. And then I just put a little bit of comments on there. And then I always have cash only, buyer. Yes, sir.
I don't think we can
Can't
see
see
what
it.
you're talking about. We
Oh,
just see
okay.
your homepage.
Your desktop is the only thing that we can see right now, Todd.
Oh, okay. Let me figure out how to, you are sharing your screen. So you can't see me moving this right now? No?
No, you just have to share a different part of your screen.
Yeah, all right, let me stop and share and try it again,
There-
okay? You see, I'm really good at the Zoom thing. All right, let's try it again. Boom, second screen, share. Now can you see it?
No, just your desktop.
Huh. Wonder why.
There should be a box up there that says share. If you click that box, it should, wherever you go on your screen.
Yes, is you are sharing your screen. All right, let me try. I know what let me stop sharing. Let me just share it. This is my second monitor. So let me just put it on my first monitor. Okay, let's try this. Boom. Oh, I got you. Hey, Mike. All right. Can you see my mouse moving?
Yes,
All right, then we're on the right one. Okay. Now can you see it?
yes, you're good.
Great. Yeah, I had my screens mixed up. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so here's like a sample of an email blast that went out, okay? I got a picture of the church. I got a picture of the house. It's you buy a church and a house in East Point for 150,000. And then I got the addresses and I have the photo link. And if you use bit.ly.com, bit.ly, it is free. You could change any link and rename it. Okay, it doesn't cost anything. So instead of having a link that's like a mile long, you could shorten it. Like I made it say Collinson Church House. Okay, so I can find it quickly. And then I got additional details. Then it says the cash only, buyer to assume the belongings and debris We are selling our assignable interest. Buyer pays all closing costs. I have all my information. And then I have my Facebook page and my website and my inventory link right there. And you can see I changed it. So that is a sample of an email where I package it together, and everything's right there. And I do this on every deal. They know exactly what my deals look like every single time. All right. I don't change it up at all. And then one last thing I'm going to show you. My inventory list, which I got quite a few houses that I haven't even put on here yet, but I'm going to do that today. So I have a live link for my deals, and I send this to my buyers, or whoever's on my buyers list just can save the link, and they can look at it every day because it's live. In a minute, a picture is going to pop up. But so these are the deal. They all look the same, pretty much exactly the same. So it looks like my son's adding one on here right now. We just got this under contract today. And so that's my live link. And a lot of my buyers just has access to this, and they see them as I put them on there. All right, but that's let me stop and share real fast. All right, perfect. So it's really a simple, that's why it's not taking us this long to go over this. It's really, really simple. You want to make sure you take the pictures correctly, and you want to take, and when someone looks in the Dropbox, you want them to see, like going through the house, like a picture of the front of the house, the sides, the left side of the street, the right side of the street, across the street. And then you go to the back of the house, take pictures of all sides, in the back, in the garage, everything, good and bad. And then you want to take, before you walk in the house, take a picture of you walking in the house, like the doorway. And then you kind of want to follow the same route through that house every time, you know, go through the living room, the hallway. I would do a bedroom, then I would do a bathroom, so they know it kind of broke up, you know, they don't, because some bedrooms all look the same. And I take probably 100 photos per normal 3-bedroom bungalow style house. And if it's a bit, sometimes on 2 families, I'm taking 200 photos. So the more, the better, you know, and you want, like I said, you want to take the pictures of the good and the bad of the house. And then you do the bedrooms, you walk upstairs to the bungalow, take all those pictures, and then you come down into the kitchen, dining, walking down the landing of the basement steps, and then you start doing the basement walls and everything like that. And again, it really, some buyers, and if you don't put the address in your email, or if you're pitching a deal on Facebook and you don't have the address or the price, people, especially like myself, I just throw those out. I don't even look at them, you know. So you got to have the address. If you don't have it locked up, then those are the people that probably don't put the address in there, is they're trying to daisy chain it and they don't actually have it locked up. So, I mean, you could give me a price of $80,000 on a house in Detroit, but if I don't know the house or the address, we're not going to make that effort to call you or to send you a text or email or whatever, or DM you to find out the information. You should do that first, give as much information as you can, and then take it from there. And then if they reach out to you, you could take it from there. So, all right. So that's, any questions? That's pretty much.
There's one question in the box again on where you can get wholesaling products. Just the best thing is I put our YouTube link in up there, and we got a ton of everything we do gets recorded and put on the YouTube channel. Todd's doing a 4-part series on wholesaling, and that's the first Thursday of every month, I think at 6:30. you can get on there, and that's a great place to go to ask all your questions, because he's on for an hour and a half, and the second part of that series is coming up. And so use our YouTube channel, and every week Todd's going to be doing a new tip like we're giving today. It'll be a different item, and he's going to talk about his essential needs, that program they've got that's outstanding. I signed up for that. I hope you do that tonight. So
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm actually we're gonna do that next, but next week, just so you know, at the same time, I believe what we're talking about, I'm gonna go over a purchase agreement, right, Mark? I think that's it.
yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over the purchase agreement that I use, and I'll send everyone, please put your name, phone, email, and the market you're in. I will send you my link of all my, the purchase agreement and some other good docs that I will share with you. And remember, make sure you talk to a title company attorney. Make sure you could use it in your state you're in, because things are different in different states. But it'll give you a start, okay? And then also, I'm looking for people to squat up with, where you can maybe learn and earn. If you're local here, and even if you're not local, I'm working on a few different ways that we can still work together in different areas in different states and stuff like that. So you can reach out to me. I put all my information down there. And then lastly, again, I remember in the beginning, I told you I have a few different businesses. I have a dumpster business, wholesaling. I got some rentals, and I flip some houses. And another business that I have is where you could create some residual income using on your deals, even the deals you wholesale, using essential services like stuff you use all the time.